Matt Bumula is the chairman of the Clark County Republican Party. He is a managing partner at Diversified Benefits Management, a Northwest University graduate. Matt,
no, I never graduated. I dropped out.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
He's also a husband and father and a musician with Bumula Brothers Music. And I encourage you anytime get on his notices, and you can go and listen to him play at various bars and stuff around here. He and his brother are really great. So please give me a warm welcome. Special thanks to the McKinnon boys for getting our flag put together.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Good to see you. Hey everybody, how's it going? Yeah, good to see you. This is awesome that he's doing this for a precinct meeting. Hey guys, there's a lot of PCOs, precinct committee officers that are in the Clark County Republican Party, and I can tell you this is not common to put something on like this. So I actually want to give it up to Jamie.
Learning from this, I think I may combine with more precincts.
It's awesome. No, that's great. Nothing to report with the Clark County Republican Party. Nothing exciting. I'm just kidding. So you probably guessed what I was doing before this. I was golfing, so I was rushing off there. It's a weekly thing I have with a group of guys, and so I ran off the 18th hole, came straight here, got a call on my way here. My wife slashed her tire on accident in Astoria, and she doesn't know how to change a spare, so I was calling up the Wakayakum chair down there. I'm like, can you help my wife out? So I'm trying to organize that. I want to make sure I was here for this. So thank you for having me. We are on the heels of a big victory that happened at the Washington State Republican Convention. If you've been reading any of the news or hearing any of the stories or anything, it was. It depends on who you ask. In the media, some said it was chaos. Some said it lacked decorum. I'll tell you exactly what I think happened because I was on the inside of all of that. So everyone's been anticipating an endorsement for governor. And the process that they wanted to do for the very first time in the state of Washington was to have at their convention and then make it an endorsement convention. And the people that were going to be voting on this were going to be folks from the grassroots up. It started at a precinct level in all 39 counties in Washington. And in those precinct meetings, people were elected to be delegates to the county convention that they were in. From the county convention, we went on to state. And from state, we go to national. Raise your hand if you were in the precinct level or the county level as a delegate. Awesome. So you understand how that process works. And the idea was, let's get probably some of the most active grassroots activists at state convention, those that really care and have a pulse about what's going on, and let's have them vote for a slate of candidates that we're going to have. And the governor's race being the most important, the biggest one, but we had a lot of people we voted for. That one's got the most attention. Everything by our deadline with the information that we had, there was pressure to change that status, we'll just say that. It was a divided vote, 5-4, to go forward with that. Then there was another motion that took place that took the ballot off altogether. We don't want to look like we're picking on Semi, so we're just going to take it all away. And we're not going to have an endorsement for governor at this convention. And I said, that is going to cause a huge riot, and for good reason. These people have come a long way. They've been waiting for this. They paid a lot of money, some of them. Some of them had to be sponsored. A lot of these people had host homes that they opened their homes for so people could come. And now you're going to take away probably the biggest, most anticipated endorsement of this whole thing away from them? I said, I'm going to fix it tomorrow. And I kind of have been known to be a troublemaker in that some way. Joe can tell you about that. So we got Joe endorsed early by the state Republican Party months and months and months ago. And it took an effort. We had to go through barriers of people saying it won't happen, you won't have the support, you won't have the support. 75% disagreed with that and said, yeah, it needs to be endorsed early. So I said, I've been through this before. We get to the convention main session, and what ends up happening is the candidate committee report was going to be given, and only 10 of us knew what was going to happen. The 10 of us in that room. The chair didn't vote, so the other 9 of us voted. And she was given that message, and she knew what was about to go down. And once she announced that we were going to take away the governor endorsement, I mean, the place erupted with, we'll say, dissatisfaction over that. So I made a motion when they went to go approve the committee report, I made a motion that we don't accept that report and that decision unless we reverse this and reinstate the election for endorsing a governor. And it was 90% of the room was cool with that, including Semi and Reichert supporters, because it wasn't about one person. It was about give everyone the chance that came out, or whoever they support, the opportunity to vote for the candidate they want endorsed. So over some debate and through that process, that motion passed. It was successful, and Reichert ended up deciding to back out of the race for endorsement, not for, out of the race, but for the endorsement. The next day the vote went on, and Semi got nearly 3/4 of the vote for endorsement from 1,829 delegates. So it wasn't a small group of people that caused, there's things in the news saying that it was a small group of people that caused all of this chaos, and that were upset about this and lacked decorum. Wrong, 1,829 people, I guess, did that. People were spirited about this specifically, and it made sense, but now Semi Bird is the endorsed candidate for the Washington State Republican Party. And
being at the convention, I'd like to give you kudos, Matt, because that went awesome.
Thank you.
And it's commendable.
Thank you, appreciate it. This is the way I feel. So whether you support Reichert, whether you support Bird, this is what I feel. I don't feel like 5 people in a committee last minute can make a decision for nearly 2,000 people to be able to vote on something.
That's right.
If that was heavily Reichert people, they deserve it just as much to vote for him for that. It didn't end up being that way, but I don't think 5 people in a committee on a top-down decision like that should be making a decision for the grassroots that have been anticipating this, and that's how I feel. So that kind of segues into what the Clark County Republican Party kind of is now. If you've been involved with the party for many, many years, or you've been observing, you've seen different leadership, different philosophies, different outcomes of things, I'll just say that. Where it is now, the party has been more united now than I think it ever has been. It's had a reputation in years past of being, and this is not our words, these are people's words all over the state, a dumpster fire. And we are not that anymore. Clark County went and represented very strong at the state committee. We're the only county that had our own custom shirts made at Clark County, our endorsed candidates, so people can find us. And I can't be more proud than all of our delegates, all our PCOs, all the people that were involved in this, because people were shaking our hands left and right. They were looking to us to lead in that entire convention, and lead we did. And so this Thursday we have our central committee meeting that's coming up, and we're going to be endorsing some of those candidates that got endorsed by the state that are going to be coming through. And why would we do that? They're already endorsed by the state, because in our bylaws, if we endorse candidates, now we can open up the floodgates of resources and even funding to help them. So we want to make sure we do that. So we are not a social club. We are not a cocktail party. We are a get it done, grassroots, boots on the ground, change. We're gonna ballot harvest. We're gonna collect ballots, and we're gonna get them delivered. We're gonna play the game the Democrats have been doing, and we're gonna beat them at it. We're gonna do better at it. We're gonna have a good training system that's gonna continue to grow that we have with our PCOs. We're going to continue on the path of fundraising like we've never seen in this county party. And we're gonna keep the fun going, because that's probably the most important thing. Is culture has changed, but nothing makes things more fun than winning. So we have to win. And if we don't win big in these elections coming up, then we're doing something wrong, and we need to tweak it and maybe change the playbook a little bit. I don't think we are going to lose. I think we're going to do very, very well. But we're a principled group of people with a diverse spectrum of beliefs in the conservative spectrum in some, but that's okay. We need each other. We need to get in the trenches together, even if we have a little bit of differences. And we need to stop playing defense and play offense. And that's what we're doing. So happy to be here. Thank you, Jamie, for putting this on. Absolutely. Good to see you guys.